Hello. On behalf of the Highland Park Public Library, I'd like to welcome you to Library in Your Living Room. I'm Susan, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Father's Day video using the online design program Canva.com. Canva.com is free, but you do need to make an account. Here I am logged into my account, and I'm going to click on Create a Design. You'll see that one of your choices is video. If you do not see video right at the top, just skim down, it will be in there somewhere. I'm going to click on video, and it brings me to a basic video setup. There are some pre-made templates for videos, but we're not going to do that today. If you see, you've got your single cell here, and this number up here tells you how long your video is. Each individual image is going to be a 5-second long image. There's no way to make that play longer or shorter, but I'll show you something. If you do want it to be longer, I'll show you how. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in some photos that I have on my computer, because you're probably going to want to use photos of your father. So we're going to go down to the very bottom where it says uploads and click on that. And then we're going to upload an image or video, and it will bring you to where your images are. And you can just click on all of the ones you want. If you hold down the Shift key and click on your first and last, you'll get your images. And then you say open. It will then import all of the images that you chose. Now I want to start not with one of my images, but with a title page. So I'm going to go into the elements, and I'm going to look for a newspaper to put in, because I want to have my thing start with the newspaper. So here's a nice newspaper, and it's free. You'll probably want to use the free images. So I'm just going to drag it over and drop it onto the page. And then using these white dots, I can stretch it up so that it fills up my work surface. Now, if you notice, when I move it, it gives me these little guides so that I can tell if my paper is centered on the page. It looks a little bland because it's on a white background. So I'm going to click on the background, and then I'm going to click on this background color chooser, and I'm going to pick a color to put behind it. I think I'll use this blue. There we go. Now I'm going to add a headline to my newspaper. So I'm going to click on text, and I'm just going to grab a subheading and have it put that in. I can use this little guide here to bring it up, and I can stretch it out so that it fits into that gray headline area. And then I'm going to choose my font. I'm going to find one that I like. This looks like a nice font. And then I'm going to type in my headline. Now, if you notice, it typed it in white. I don't want that, so I'm going to click on the text color, and I'm going to choose black. And now, if I click off, you'll see it's black. I can also make the font bigger by clicking on here, the number, and let's see what 64 looks like. That looks pretty good. So we'll put that there. And now I'm going to grab one of my photos that I uploaded, and I'm going to put it into this gray box here. So let's grab this one, and I just need to drag it on. And if you saw, it tried to be the background, but we don't want that. So we're going to drag it on, and we're going to drop it. And now I can shrink it down so that it fits into that gray box. So there's my photo there. And let's put another photo in here. Let's try this one here. We'll put that one down here. And this time, I want just this part. I don't need that whole lake. And if I were to shrink it, the people would be tiny. So I'm going to click on crop, and I'm going to crop this one down so that it's going to fit into that gray box. Move it over. There we go. Let's get it a little better. There we go. And now, as you can see, I can move the image around to fit into that box. And when I'm done, I say done. And now it's cropped off in there. So now I'm going to click on all the elements. There's the newspaper. I'm going to hold down the shift key and click on the text and then my two graphics. And then I'm going to group them. That way, if I decide I want to move this or change it in any way, it's now one object and I don't have to worry that my images are going to disappear from the page. So now I'm going to add my next cell and I'm going to say add new page. You can see now our video is going to be 10 seconds long. My background color came along with me, but my image did not. If I had wanted that image to come along, I could click on copy page and I'd get an exact duplicate of that image. So my first, because I have two, my first slide will appear to be 10 seconds long, and then my second slide will be 5 seconds long. So now let's add another photo in. Let's add this guy here. I'm going to add this one and let it bump up against the side and become its own background. And again, if you look at it, I've cut everybody off and I don't want to do that. So I just click on it, I say crop, and I can grab it and I can pull it down and put it where it needs to be. It got a little pixelated because it was a small image. I'm going to add another new page and you'll see now that that was the background that came along. This is a tiny photo. If I were to try to put this photo in, it looks very pixelated. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to click on backspace to get rid of that. And then I'm going to pull this one in and make it its own size. And we'll make it maybe a little bit bigger. And we can turn this into a scrapbook style page by going back to the elements and searching for frames. And here's some nice little scrapbook frames. So let's grab this frame. Let's grab this frame. And we'll put that frame in. And you see I've got a nice little scrapbook frame. There's a little corner frame. Let's see how that one looks. I don't like that one, backspace. And we've got some round ones. I wonder if I could stretch this one to fit. No, but I could rotate it by clicking on this rotate button. And then I could stretch it out to fit around my image here. And I kind of like that. So you can play with all your elements and just delete ones you don't like, keep ones you do like. If I go to position, I can send it backward. So now the photo is in the front, the frame is in the back. If I click on the photo and click on the frame, I can group these. And now if I were to make it bigger or smaller, it would come along with it. I can also turn it, just to give it some fun. And let's add one more new page and go back to my photos. Oh, we've got this guy here, so let's put this one in. Let's try to get him to go full. Now, he doesn't want to go full, but that's okay because I can stretch him out and make him fit. And again, by clicking on that crop, I can move it down to get exactly what I want. And then I can move it up. And then we have another one. So now if we go back to elements, we can add some other fun elements. Let's look for hearts. There's a whole bunch of hearts. So let's put a heart in. There we go. We can shrink it down. We can turn it. We can have that. And if I wanted to, I could hold down Control and type the letter C, that would copy it, and then V, that would paste it, and I would have a second heart that I could add. Just like I added text to the newspaper, if I wanted to, I could add text to the hearts. And you can turn your text too. And we can stretch them out a little bit, make them a little bigger. And I could find a color if I wanted a different color. You'll see it gives me different colors that are being used in the program. Let's make it bold, if it will. Some of them won't go bold, that one does. So now I'm going to copy that piece of text. And then I'm going to paste it with the Control C and the Control V. And then I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to change the word love to you. And you'll see, other than losing my bold, it kept my font. Let's add something in here. And because, remember, because I grouped these, I can move this over to help this fit in better. There we go. Well, now I've created my movie. If I want to see how it plays, I would click on this arrow. You have to be at the beginning of your movie and have it selected to see the whole thing. Otherwise, it starts with whatever frame you were last on. So you see this one's long because I made it 10 seconds by doing 2 of them. And then you'll see the others will flash through much faster. And that's my movie. If I want, there's music elements too. So I could go into music and I could find something that would work for the music and you can play it. I like the lovely piano song. So it's free. I'm just going to drag it over and I'm going to drop it in. And now you'll see my lovely piano song has been added to my thing. So now if I click on the preview, you'll be able to get the song. So now that I've completed my video, I'm going to click on download and I'm going to tell it that I want to do the video and we'll say download. And now it's going to take time to prepare the design. It has to render it. And once it's rendered, it will pop up the save box and you just say save file. And there you have it. We've now made a video for Dad. It's an MP4, so it can be played on any computer and device that you have. You could send it in an email if you wanted to. You could play it on a smart TV if you wanted to do that.